What's up, homies? It's Ryan. Today we're here with episode number 29 of our Miami Marlins franchise here on Out of the Park Baseball 18. It is Friday, October 9th, and your Marlins are in the playoffs for the first time since 2003. Now, unfortunately, we do have to play the wild card game. We choked away the division late in the season, the final month or so of the season. We really choked it away. We should have won the division. As you see, we finished 1.5 games back of the Washington Nationals, so that just did not happen. But we did end up making the playoffs, so we had to play a play-in game to even get to this point, and we beat the Milwaukee Brewers 2-0, and we were rewarded for that by having to play what is essentially another play-in game here, the Wild Card Series against the Philadelphia Phillies, and we are in Philadelphia, so we don't have home field advantage, unfortunately. But hey, at least we did make the playoffs. It has been quite a long time, and looking at our team history, as long as we make the playoffs, we will win the World Series, right? So that's pretty good. Let's just not wait, I guess. As I said in the last episode, if we win this game, then we'll do the NLDS in this video, and if we don't win, then we'll just start the 2026 offseason, I suppose. So without further ado, let's play this game at Philadelphia. Let's see what their lineup is looking like, because they have one of the better offenses in the league. Okay. All right, so their lineup is O'Neill Manzueta in center, Trey Mancini at first, Chris Nelson at second, Phil Butler in right field. He had 52 home runs this year. That's incredible. Corey D. Ray in left, Zaire Kohlenberg at third, Steve Kleinman at short, Taylor Ward will be the catcher, and Steve Stafford will be the starting pitcher. Now, I need to change our starting pitcher, and I'm going to give this start to Braxton Garrett, the guy that's been through it all here with this organization, drafted him in 2016, and he has just gotten better and better and better, you see, over his time in the major leagues. He had that rough year in 2022 after two solid years in 2020 and 2021. But he really improved after 2022, and now he's become one of the best pitchers in the entire league. The guy that's been with us forever, that just signed a long-term extension to stay here. As you see, now he'll be with us through at least 2032. So I'm going to give the start to Braxton Garrett. He deserves it. He's been with us forever. He's been through it all with this team. Doherty, he's an outstanding pitcher, but I'm just going to give it to Garrett. So let's start the game. The game sound is disabled. All right, so start the game. We are here at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Partly cloudy conditions, 53 degrees, wind blowing out to center at 10 miles an hour. 43,000 fans here. So let's just get through the first couple of innings, see what happens. So we get one run there in the top of the first inning. So let's see what happened. I want to go to game log. So let's see. Edmundo Sosa drew a walk, and then Bobby Bradley hit a RBI double, and that's how we took the early 1-0 lead. So we have our ace on the mound, Braxton Garrett, and he lets up 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Let's see what happened there. So O'Neill Manzueta led off with a single. Chris Nelson hit a double, so there were runners on second and third. Steve Kleinman hit a double, so that scored the first run of the game, and Phil Butler hit a single, so that scored the second run of the game for the Phillies. So exiting the first inning, your Marlins are now down 2-1, but that's all good. And we scored 3 runs there in the top of the second inning. Big inning for the Miami Marlins. So Ozzie Albies hit a single, Kenan Muddert hit a single, Christian Vasquez, who came up clutch in the play-in game, he hits a double to tie the game up. Braxton Garrett grounded out, but then Mike Anderson, he hit a single, so Muddert scored. That scored the second run of the inning. Edmundo Sosa singled. That scored the third run of the inning, and then we could not get anything else going. 3 runs on 5 hits there in the inning. Now your Marlins have a 4-2 lead. So let's see if Braxton Garrett can settle down. He's at 24 pitches through 1 inning, and yes, he can. He gets through that inning unscathed. Philadelphia scores run there in the bottom of the third. Let's see what happened. Bottom of the third, Trey Mancini, their first baseman, hits a solo home run to left field, 340 feet. So not very far, but that's, all that matters is that it gets over the wall. So now the Marlins cling on to just a 1-run lead here as we start the top of the 4th inning. We get a run back, though, and now it is 5-3. Let's see what happened there. Edmundo Sosa answers with a solo home run of his own, 350 feet to left field. And now the Marlins hold a 5-3 lead. Braxton at 47 pitches, so he's still in good shape. Lets up no runs there in the bottom of the fourth. We get another run in the top of the fifth inning. Go all the way down here. And Fernando Perez, our offseason acquisition, hits a solo home run to right field, 396 feet. Miami now back to a 3-run lead. The score is 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Braxton at 56 pitches. Let's simulate there. So he gets through the bottom of the fifth, top of the sixth. We don't score anything. Braxton 64 pitches, so he's still good to go. He lets up 1 run there in the bottom of the sixth inning. Let's see if it was another home run or what happened there. So Phil Butler got a double, and then Zaire Kohlenberg got him home on an RBI double. So Marlins still have just a 2-run lead, 6-4 as we start the top of the seventh inning. Go by half inning, nothing there. Garrett only at 84 pitches. He gets through the bottom of the seventh, and now the middle of the lineup is coming up. So let's get through the top. Let's actually go by until runners in scoring position, just in case Garrett ends up coming up. No, he does not. So we're going to go batter by batter here, and if Nelson gets on, I'm going to start warming up Faedo. So 1-0 count to Nelson. That one hit out to right field. And now Nelson gets on with the single. So I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to get up Faedo. Where is he? There we go. Alex Faedo. So that is that. And now let's go back to the broadcast. So now we have Steve Kleiman, their cleanup hitter. 2-2 count on Kleiman. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And now Garrett is tired. Garrett today has gone 7 1/3, 10 hits, allowed 4 earned runs, just 3 strikeouts for Garrett, which is not too surprising. He's not really a big strikeout pitcher compared to a lot of the other guys in the league. So we're going to go visit the mound, see how he's doing. I trust the guys in the bullpen. It's your call. Faedo is ready, so we're going to change the pitcher. We're going to put in Faedo. So Garrett gives us 7 1/3 strong innings. He kept us in the game. Well, actually, the offense kept us in the game. If it wasn't for the offense, you'd be pretty screwed. But still, Garrett definitely helped us out. And now we have Alex Faedo, arguably our best bullpen arms. Let's go batter by batter here. 1-2 count to the right fielder, Phil Butler, who is 2 for 3 today with an RBI. That one hit to the second baseman, past Ozzy Albies at second. And now there are going to be runners on second and third with just 1 out. But no, the runner tries. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. So the runner rounded second. He tried for third, and he was out. So no runners on second and third and 1 out. Now there's just a runner on second, no speed whatsoever. And that brings up Jorge Herrera, 2 outs here. Let's see if Faedo can get this guy. 0-2 count to Herrera, the pinch hitter. Hit out to the shortstop, over to first baseman, and we get out of the 8th inning. The Marlins still hold the 6-4 lead, and I think I'm going to send Faedo back out there for the bottom of the 9th inning. So let's go here, half inning. We don't get any more insurance runs in the top of the 9th, so it's all up to Alex Faedo to send this team to the divisional series. Let's see if he can do that. He's going to face the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the lineup, Ray, Ward, and Mercedes. So let's see if he can do just that. 3-2 count to Ray, and he will draw a walk. So now the tying run will come up to the plate in Tim Miller, a pinch hitter. 2-1 count to Miller. Here is the pitch. That one lofted out to right field, but right there for the out is Muttert, and that is 1 away. Now here's Miguel Mercedes. 1-2 count to Mercedes. Strikes out, looking the Marlins 1 out away from advancing in the playoffs. Now here is the leadoff hitter, O'Neill Manzueta. 0-1 count to Manzueta. Here is the pitch. That one hit out to the pitcher, and the Marlins are advancing to the NLDS. They win 6-4 against the Philadelphia Phillies in this wild card game. Your Marlins, their playoff dreams will continue. Man, what a game. Our offense really came in clutch there. That was incredible. Garrett ends up going 7 1/3 long, 10 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, no walks. He lets up 1 home run. Faedo gets the save. He pitches an inning and 2/3 out of the bullpen, allows 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. So, oh, wow. So that's interesting. Their starting pitcher only lasted a 2/3 of an inning, so it looks like he got injured. That is interesting. He let up 1 earned run, 1 walk. Then they had to bring in Reyna. He went 2/3 of an inning, let up 4 hits, 3 earned runs. So maybe that's what happened. Their starting pitcher that they acquired in June from the Dodgers, he got injured with what seems to be an oblique strain. Yeah, look at that. Stafford was injured while pitching. Edmundo Sosa, your player of the game. Your Marlins have now advanced to the NLDS. Let's see who we are going to play in the NLDS. Hopefully, All right, now we have to wait for the AL Wildcard Series to finish up, and we'll be playing the Chicago Cubs. Let's take a look at how the Cubs are doing. Playoff coverage. So, okay, we're definitely not starting with Jorge Vargas. So the Cubs this season won 103-59, first in the NL Central. They went 3-3 against us. They were first in runs scored, first in runs against. So the best team in the National League. 831 runs scored, 631 runs against. Let's take a look at how their team is. What's the easiest way to do this? I guess just this, I suppose. And then go to Chicago Cubs. Well, they have Michael Lorenzen, who was this is the guy that won multiple Cy Young Awards in a row. So they got him in free agency after his one Cy Young Award. They are without Kyle Hendricks. They are without Wilson Contreras. Oh, but look at this. I forgot about this. We get to play our good friend Luis Soto in the playoffs. How about that? That is it's funny. That is very funny. It seems like he's starting to tail off just a bit. He's not OPSing over 800 anymore. 752, 742. So, okay, all right. So we get to play our good friend Luis Soto. Their lineup looks like Luis Soto in center, Andrew Stevenson in left. Chris Bryant will still be at third base for them. Luis Davalos, one of the better power hitters, at least he used to be. I don't know what happened. In the league, he'll be at first base. Dansby Swanson will be at short. Alex Kirilloff will be in right field. Max Schrock will be at second base. And Juan Mendoza will be at catcher. So without Contreras for 6 days, broken collarbone, maybe we'll actually catch a break here with Mendoza in the lineup as opposed to Contreras. Their rotation, Michael Lorenzen, who went 20-3 with a 1.95 ERA. He won the ERA climb, 0.76 WHIP, 200 strikeouts, just 20 walks. This guy might win the Cy Young Award this year. Jose Albertos is their number 2 pitcher. Chris Martin, their number 3, 40-year-old Chris Martin, is their is their number 3 pitcher, and then Ryan Feltner is their 4th pitcher. They had first bullpen ERA as well, 5th in defensive efficiency. So yeah, this team is definitely very good. They have Anderson Espinosa as their closer. They have a couple setup guys, Chris Carlson and Tegan Moore's very good bullpen. Ron Bresnahan, Drew So another one of our good old friends, Drew Steckenrider, is also on the Cubs. Cole Stewart, Mike Bender, who's this Joe Jackson. So, yeah, this is a very solid team. I can't say I'm too thrilled to be playing these guys because they are the best team in the National League, clearly. So, hopefully we can... Now, the thing we have going for us is that they're not very, they're not a big power team. Because, look, Chris Bryant had 51 home runs. The second on the team was Davalos with 16, and Swanson also hit 16. So, I mean, we do have that going for us, but still, they have a potent lineup for the most part. They have incredible pitching, so our offense is really going to have to come in clutch here. I've had multiple issues. It seems like every time I make the playoffs in OOTP, my offense just goes cold. So, hopefully, we can do something. Hopefully, we can advance to the NLCS. And let me just make sure I'm still recording real quick. All right, I am still recording. Last thing I needed to do was to just do all this and find out that I wasn't recording. So, team home screen. We are good to go. So we are going to actually go to a 4-man rotation as well. Now, I'm thinking about bumping Mejia out of the rotation so he can become another bullpen piece for us. So we are going to go to a 4-man rotation. I think that's the best thing to do. 4-man rotation. So we are going to go with Eric Doherty here in game number 1. He's 100% rested. Garrett is not going to be good by tomorrow, so I guess we can go with Vargas in the second game. Garrett should be good by the game 3, and then we can go with Delgado. So our rotation will be Doherty, Vargas, Garrett, and Delgado. And that is that. I think everything is all good to go. So game number 1 of the 2026 NLDS. Let's take a look at the other matchups, actually. So the other matchup in the NLDS, the Los Angeles Dodgers, who won the NL West at 82-80. That is awful. That is really awful. But, oh, look at that. They get to go up against their former ace pitcher, Clayton Kershaw. How about that? That is interesting. So the Dodgers and the Nationals. Oh, my God. Can you imagine if the Dodgers won? That would be hilarious. The Royals and the Yankees are one of the matchups in the AL, and the other matchup, not surprisingly, the Astros have made the playoffs once again, and they'll be going up against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So, without further ado, let's get into this game. Game number 1 of the NLDS against Chicago. Does not look like their lineup changed at all from the last time I looked at it. Our lineup, of course, Mike Anderson, Edmundo Sosa, Andrew Benintendi, Bobby Bradley, Fernando Perez, Ozzie Albies, Kenan Muddart, Christian Vasquez, who has been a hero in this postseason, and Eric Doherty. Doherty going up against his old team, so a lot of old faces here in this series. Doherty going to try to prove the Cubs wrong, that they were wrong for trading him. So let's see if he can do just that. Start the game. Of course, we are the away team, so we will be at Wrigley Field now. So let's get through the first couple innings, see what happens. We get 2 runs quickly off of Lorenzen in the top of the first inning. 2-run home run by one of our offseason signings, Bobby Bradley, to left field, 365 feet. The Marlins take an early 2-0 lead. Chicago, nothing going in the bottom of the first. Nothing going there in the first 3 innings, aside from that 2-run home run. So it's been a pretty quick game, I suppose. A pretty good pitcher's duel outside of that 2-run home run. Now, Lorenzen only has a 40-grade stamina, so we could actually use that in our favor, I think, if we can chase him early and get to the bullpen. So let's get to the top of the 4th, nothing going. Doherty only at 33 pitches, so he is still good to go. We get another run there in the top of the 5th inning. Let's go to the game log, see what happened there in the top of the 5th. A solo home run by yet another one of our offseason signings, Andrew Benintendi, 390 feet to right center field. And now the Marlins have a big 3-0 lead. Doherty only at 43 pitches. He's only let up 1 hit through 5 innings. Oh, but Chicago gets 2 there in the bottom of the 6th. Let's see what happened. Doherty finally got into a little trouble. So Sepulveda had a single. Luis Soto had a single. Andrew Stevenson grounded out to the shortstop, but Sepulveda scored. Luis Soto went to second. Chris Bryant had a single. Soto scored on that single up the middle. So that is how Chicago got their first 2 runs. Top of the 7th now. Here's Christian Vasquez leading it off. Nothing there in the top of the 7th. Doherty only at 71 pitches. I'm going to trust him. That was a good idea. Top of the 8th now. Let's see if the Marlins can do anything. We cannot. Bottom of the 8th. Doherty only at 81 pitches. And he gets through that. I think I'm going to let Doherty, because how many pitches is Doherty at? He's only at 94, so I'm going to warm up somebody, I think, when the bottom of the 9th starts. So let's just go batter by batter here. Top of the 9th, we have Ozzie Albies, Kenan Muddart, Christian Vasquez, and Doherty due up. And a new pitcher for the Chicago Cubs, Tegan Moores. Let's see, he's 8-2 this year with a 1.82 ERA. 0-0 count to Albies, who lifts that one out to left field, but right at the left fielder, and then it will be 1 away. Now here is Kenan Muddart, the rookie, 1-1 count to Muddart. That one hit down the third base line and into left field. Muddart will pull into second with a double, and that'll bring up Christian Vasquez. And I have oh no, Muddart got injured. That is not good at all. So I guess we have to put, can Cortez play left or right? No, so he can play left. Because I kind of want to see what I want to do here. So he can play left. Can you play right? Not really. Can you play right? All right. How about Jod Carter? Goodness gracious. This is not good. What about Carpio? Carpio can only play the infield. So I think what I'm going to do is put Anderson. I guess we could put him in left. I don't know. What are his ratings like in the outfield? Oh, gosh, they're not very good. All right, I guess, let's just not mess around. I guess we'll put Joe Carter out there and right, or Jod Carter. Well, actually, I could work this to my advantage. So he has little speed. Cortez is about as fast. I suppose who's faster? Because then, okay, so I guess we'll just go with Jod Carter. Why not? Yeah. All right, so he's going to become our right fielder since Muddart got injured, I suppose. I don't know. So now Vasquez up at the dish. 1 out, 1-2 count to the catcher, Vasquez. And that's a swing and a miss. So now Doherty is up 0 for 3 today. So we're going to leave him in. Full count to Doherty, swings and misses. So we can't get another insurance run. So it'll be up to Doherty. I am going to warm up a pitcher, though. We are going to warm up Alex Faedo. And that is that. Just in case something goes wrong. Doherty's still okay, though. He's only at 94 pitches. So he has to face the heart of the lineup, 3, 4, 5, 6, Bryant, Davalos, Swanson, and Kirilloff. Let's see if he can get the Marlins a 1-0 lead in the NLDS. 1-2 count to Bryant. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Doherty racks up his 7th strikeout. Now here's Luis Davalos, 0-0 count to Davalos. And that one lifted out to deep right field. The Cubs have just tied the game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Doherty ties the game with a solo, or Davalos, ties up the game with a solo home run. Oh, that is a shame. You knew it could happen. That guy can change the game with just one swing of the bat. So now here is Dansby Swanson, 0-2 count to Swanson. That one hit to the left side of the infield, and that is that. So we are going to take Doherty out. Let's visit the mound first. I can still pitch. We're going to change it. Doherty, that's not the best start to the bottom of the 9th that we were hoping for. So now we're going to put in Alex Faedo, a 1-0 count now to Kirilloff, the right fielder. Here is the pitch. That one should be a 6-4-3 double play. Yes, it is. But the damage has been done. The Marlins choke away the 3-2 lead. They let up the solo home run in the bottom of the 9th. And we are headed to extras here at Wrigley. Let's go until runners in scoring position. Nothing going there. So can Faedo get through the bottom of the 10th? That one hit down to the first baseman, but unassisted by Bobby Bradley. Now one away. Here is an 0-1 count to Mendoza. That one hit out to right field, but there's Jod Carter for the second out. Now here is Chad Frazier, a pinch hitter. 1-2 count to Frazier. Here's the pitch from Faedo, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 10th. So we are headed to the 11th. New pitcher for the Cubs is Chris Carlson. Can we get any runners in score position? So Ozzie Albies on second base with 2 outs, and we are going to pinch hit for Jod Carter here. We're going to pinch hit here, and we are going to pinch hit with Cortez. Yes. And see if Cortez can do anything for us. 1-2 count to Cortez. That one hit up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Do you want to signal Ozzie Albies round to third and try to score? The ball is very shallow. Albies is a fast runner, and Soto has a great arm. Yeah, you know what? Why not? So Albies is going to try to score, and I believe he does. So Albies scores here in the top of the 11th. Miami is now ahead 4-3. So it was a good decision to bring in Cortez to pinch hit. Now here's Christian Vasquez, 1-2 count, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. He looks a bit frustrated. I don't blame him, but he's done enough. He already helped us get into the playoffs, so I can't blame him there. Marlins now with another 1-run lead here as we head. Nope, actually, we're gonna leave Cortez in right field. Actually, let's move Benintendi to right, and no, let's actually Benintendi in left. We'll leave Cortez in right, and hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. So we're going to leave in Faedo to face the top of the lineup, Soto, Stevenson, Bryant, and we'll see if we can close out the game this time for the second opportunity. 1-2 count to former Marlin Luis Soto. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now 1 for 5 on the day. That brings up Andrew Stevenson. 1-2 count to Stevenson. Pitch from Faedo. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Faedo. The Cubs down to their final out. And now here is Chris Bryant. 0-2 count to Bryant. That one hit to the left side of the infield, and that one will reach the outfield. He was struck out in his last at-bat, but he reaches base. So he is the tying run. Here is Davalos, who tied the game up in the bottom of the 9th. Let's see. Hopefully he doesn't do it again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 strikeouts in the bottom of the 11th. For Alex Faedo, and the Marlins take the 1-0 lead here in the 2026 NLDS. That is incredible. 4-3 win for your Miami Marlins, and we take the huge 1-0 lead, so home field advantage for the Cubs is gone. Wow, that is incredible. The Dodgers won game 1. So now let's simulate to this next game. So your Marlins win in extra innings 4-3, and now we are set to play the Cubs yet again. They are going to go with Jose Albertos. We are going with our Rule 5 draft pick, Jose Vargas. So did they make any changes to the lineup? No, they did not. We will not make any changes either. Muddert is still good to play, so that's good. He did not suffer a serious injury, which is fantastic. Jorge Vargas will be going up against Jose Albertos. Hopefully Vargas does not get, hopefully the stage is not too big for him. Seen as leader in the clubhouse. Of course, our Rule 5 draft pick, I've said it a lot, he had an outstanding season. Considering he was a Rule 5 draft pick, wow, Edmundo Sosa has really hit Albertos well in his career. So that's good to see. Let's start the game here. Game 2 of the NLDS against the Chicago Cubs on the heels of an extra inning W in Game 1. Let's see if the Marlins can take the first 2 games of the series. Let's see, nothing going in the first 2 innings for either team. The Cubs get a run there in the bottom of the 3rd. I have to guess that is a home run by somebody. Solo home run by Juan Mendoza, the number 8 hitter, the catcher. So the Cubs, through the first third of the game, have a 1-0 lead. The lineup has flipped over for the Marlins, who are still hitless. We finally get our first hit in the top of the 4th inning. Vargas at 50 pitches through just 3 innings, and he lets up 2 runs there in the bottom of the 4th. Let's see what happened there. So a 2-run home run by Dansby Swanson after a double by Luis Davalos. So now the Cubs have a 3-0 lead. We might have to pull Vargas pretty soon. Nothing going in the top of the 5th. The offense has just gone cold. Let's see if Vargas can get us through 5 innings. No, he cannot. All right, so that was a mistake. So now we are down, I believe, 8-0. Grand slam by Rusty Stewart. Ugh, goodness gracious. That is never good. All right, so we are going to all pitchers. Let's just get up Mejia because I don't want to tax the bullpen. We're already down 8-0. So let's just get through, actually, because he's about to hit. So let's just go 2-1 by Vasquez. That is hit right to first baseman Stewart, who just hit the grand slam. So let's get a pinch hitter in here. Let's get Carpio. Why not? Carpio, can we get anything going? No, we cannot. There was an injury. Of course there was. Who got injured? Who got injured? I don't know. I have an income. Oh, okay. So let's put in Mejia as the... Yeah, let's put in Mejia, right? That's what I want to do, right? Yeah, okay. All right, so now we're just going to try to let Mejia get through this game. I'm not too concerned about how much runs he lets up. We get 1 run there in the top of the 8th, and yep, we get 3 more. But that 5th inning was a killer. We end up losing 10-4 in Game 2, the grand slam. We let up a lot of home runs there, which is never good. How much home runs did we let up? We let up Dansby Swanson hit 1, Mendoza hit 2, Kirilloff hit 1, Stewart hit 1. Yeah, so that's you can't do that in the playoffs. You can't be letting up that many home runs. Can't be letting up 5 home runs. That is never a good thing. So the series is tied 1-1 as we head back to Miami. And let's see. All right, there we go. Let's simulate this game. There we go. All right, so now here we go. Series is tied at 1 apiece. 3 of them are actually tied 1 apiece. The only one that's not, the Astros, have gotten out to a quick 2-0 lead there against the Los Angeles Angels. So Game 3 of the NLDS against the Chicago Cubs. We have our ace. I believe he's rested. Yes, he is. Okay. So we have Braxton Garrett going up against who appears to be the 40-year-old pitcher Chris Martin. And hopefully the Marlins can take a 2-1 lead at home. So let's play this game versus Chicago. We are back to Marlins Park. First time playing a home playoff game since 2003. First time in the new stadium, of course, Marlins Park. So have they made any changes to their lineup? Yes, they have. So now their lineup, Luis Soto, Andrew Stevenson, Chris Bryant, Davalos, Swanson, Kirilloff. Mendoza is now hitting 7th. They have John Demers at second base. So that is the change they made, and they will have 40-year-old Chris Martin go up against Braxton Garrett, who won the wild card game for us. So start the game. So let's see if we can take a 2-1 lead at home in front of the home crowd. 36,000 people here at Marlins Park. So let's go through the first couple of innings. So we get there through the top of the first inning unscathed. Nothing going in the bottom of the first. Nothing going through the first 3 innings of the game. Garrett at 41 pitches. Still nothing going. Garrett has a no-hitter at this point. There it goes. I jinxed it. Rats. So still nothing going for either team here. So, all right. This is incredible. So top of the 6th inning, the Cubs only have 1 hit. The Marlins have 2 hits. Braxton at 71 pitches, and he gets us through the top of the 6th, excuse me. He is at 79 pitches. Okay, so he's still okay. Chris Martin is pitching. Let's go until runners in scoring position. Did he just hit a home run? I think he just hit a home run. Look at that. Edmundo Sosa, with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th, gives us the 1-0 lead. Edmundo Sosa, a solo shot to right field, and the Marlins have a 1-0 lead at home. So let's keep going until runners in scoring position. All right, nothing else going there. So let's go batter by batter here. We are at the top of the 7th inning. So 0-1 count to who is the Stevenson. That one hit out to the shortstop, over to Bradley, and that will be that. Now here's Chris Bryant up at the dish. 1-0 count to Bryant. That one is hit out to center field. Mike Anderson will get to it. And now Bryant is on first. He represents the tying run. Here's Luis Davalos. 3-1 count to Davalos, and he takes that one for a walk. So Garrett has run into some trouble here in the top of the 7th inning. Now here is Dansby, Swanson, 0-1 count, 2 Swanson, double play would be great. That one hit to the third baseman, 5-4-3, double play, and the Marlins get out of the inning. So Garrett is at 90 pitches. I'll keep him in, I think, in the top of the 8th, but I'll have a pitcher warming up. So now they're going to put in Anderson Espinosa is to face Perez, Albies, and Mutter. Full count to Perez, the offseason acquisition from the Indians. That one hit out to deep right field. No doubt about it. The Marlins now have a 2-run lead. Now in the bottom of the 7th, 398-foot home run from Fernando Perez. Miami is now leading 2-0. That brings up Ozzie Albies. 1-2 count to Albies. And strikes out looking. That'll bring up Kinnan Mutter. 3-2 count to Mutter. He strikes out looking. And now here's Christian Vasquez. 2-2 count. Hit out to the shortstop. Over to the first baseman. And that will be that. But the Marlins extend their lead to 2 runs now. 2-0 lead as we head to the top of the 8th. Now let's get up a pitcher here. Let's keep getting up Faedo. I guess he's rested enough, I suppose. 98%. Okay. That works for me. Let's keep getting up Faedo. He is our best bullpen piece. So let's go batter by batter here. Kirilloff, 1-0 count to Kirilloff. That one hit out to Albies, or not Albies, excuse me. Out to Sosa at short, and he throws it to Bradley at first. Now here's Mendoza. 1-2 count to Mendoza. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 12th strikeout of the day for Braxton Garrett. Now John Demers, the new addition to the lineup. 3-1 count. Sosa over to Bradley, and we get through the top of the 8th unscathed. So now we are going to pinch hit for Braxton Garrett. We will put in Cortez as a pinch hitter. And we will actually make Faedo our new pitcher. Yes. Oh, whoops. Okay. I don't know why I did that. Okay. So Faedo's going to get in that bat here. Whoops. All right, 1-2 count to Faedo, and he hits that one out to center field. Faedo gets a base hit. All right, it worked. So Faedo is now in the game. He's on first base. Now the lineup flips over. 0-1 count to Mike Anderson. Hit out to center field. Is it going to drop? Yes, it is. So now runners on first and second with no outs. Espinosa still the pitcher. Here's Edmundo Sosa. 0-0 count to Sosa. He hits that one out to right field, but unfortunately lofted up too much in the air, and that will be one away. Andrew Benintendi, 2-1 count. He hits that one also out to the right fielder. Just got a little under it. So now 2 outs in the inning. Here's Bobby Bradley, 1-2 count, and he strikes out looking. So Faedo gets a base hit against all odds, but we can't do anything with it. So now Faedo, the new pitcher here, top of the 9th. Miami looking to take a 2-1 lead here in the NLDS at home. 2-2 count to Rusty Stewart, who hit the grand slam yesterday, or 2 days ago, actually. He strikes out swinging, and now the lineup does flip over. Marlins 2 outs away. Now here's Luis Soto. 0-0 count, and he hits the one to the third baseman, over to Bradley. And now the Cubs down to their final out again. 2 outs. Here is Andrew Stevenson. 2-0 count to Stevenson. That one is hit out to left field, so the game not quite over yet. Now here is Chris Bryant, who represents the tying run. 2-2 count to Bryant. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Marlins now have a 2-1 lead in the NLDS against the best team in the National League this season. Game 4, the Marlins have a chance to clinch a spot in the NLCS. Could you imagine if we could do that? So let's leave the game. Now we have a game tomorrow. We have Delgado supposedly on the mound. Now I do want to see, actually, hold on, whoops. So I want to see if Doherty is rested, 79%. Okay. So he's not really rested, so I guess we can trust Delgado. I might actually go Doherty, honestly. I might go Doherty. I think, really thinking hard about it. I don't know. All right, well, let's just play against Chicago, see if they make any changes to the lineup. So they take the Mariners back out. They put Schrock back in. So they have Ryan Feltner going. Clearly not their best pitcher on the roster. And we have Jorge Delgado. I mean, I'd like to close it out today. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start with Doherty. I got to do it. I got to give it to one of our aces. Well, I mean, I guess one of our best pitchers would be the better term. So we're going to go with Eric Doherty here in game number 4. The Marlins potentially could clinch a spot in the NLCS if we win today. Let's see if we can do just that. Game number 4 of the NLDS. 36,000 fans in attendance here at Marlins Park here for the NLDS. So let's go just half inning. All right, Chicago gets a run there in the top of the first. So Luis Tavalis had an RBI double. Stevenson scored. Let's go bottom of the first. We get 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Huge for the Miami Marlins. So let's see what happened. So Anderson started off with a leadoff double. Sosa drew a walk. Bobby Bradley drew a walk, so the bases were juiced. Fernando Perez hit a single. Anderson and Sosa scored. Ozzie Albies had a single. Bobby Bradley scored. And then Vasquez hit a single. Fernando Perez scored. So 4 runs in the bottom of the first, which is fantastic. Now we have to remember that Doherty, he's going to have to be taken out a little earlier than normal. So he lets up no runs there in the top of the second inning. We might look to take him out around the 5th inning, I suppose. If everything goes according to plan, still he's doing very well for us. So we get there through 5 innings. We're going to try to stretch it one more. Okay. That was probably risky. Yeah, okay. So where is he in the lineup? So he's going to hit this inning. So let's warm up a pitcher here. Let's warm up Faedo just because I'm not going to save him until later. This is a very crucial part of the game. He's facing the 4, 5, 6 hitters. So let's go batter by batter here since Vasquez is up. 1 for 1, and he hits that out to right field. Will that be a double for Vasquez? He will pull into second with a double. So leadoff double for Christian Vasquez as the Marlins look to put more runs on the board. Let's get up a pinch hitter. Let's get up Carpio. So Carpio will be the pinch hitter. Let's see if he can do anything. Oh, count to Carpio. Here is the pitch. That one lifted out to center field. Vasquez can't advance. And that'll be the first out in the inning. The lineup flips over. Here's Mike Anderson. 2-1 count to Anderson. That one is hit out to right field. Vasquez at third. He is rounding third, heading for home, and he scores. The Marlins get another run in the bottom of the 6th inning. The score is now 5-1 as Mundo Sosa comes up to the dish. 1-2 count to Sosa. That one hit out to right to center field. Do you want to signal Mike Anderson around second base? The ball is shallow. He's a fast runner, and Kirilloff has a great arm. Let's try. Why not? Let's try it. So Anderson going for third. Will he get there safe? Yes, he does. So runners on the corners with just 1 out. Now here's Andrew Benintendi. Oh, count to Benintendi. That one hit out to right field. The Marlins will score yet another run as now Sosa is on third base. So still runners on the corners. The score is now 6-1. Here's Bobby Bradley. 2-1 count to Bradley. Here's the pitch. That one hit out to left field. Will it fall? Yes, it will. The Marlins now have a 7-1 lead. And, oh my goodness, this is incredible. We've scored 3 runs at the bottom of the 6th, and the Cubs finally put in a new pitcher. Here's Mike Bender. He will be facing Fernando Perez. 3-0 count to Perez. Now here is the pitch, and he draws a walk, so the bases are juiced. Just 1 out. Here's Ozzie Albies. 2-2 count hit out to right field. That will get through. Do you want us to go Bobby Brett? No, definitely no. We're not going to risk that one. So Miami now leads it 8-1. Here is Kinnan Muddert. Here is the pitch. That one is hit out to right field. The Marlins will score another one. Rounding third, heading for home is Fernando Perez. A 2-run single by Kinnan Muddert. We have put up a 6th spot in the bottom of the 6th. The Marlins have batted around here in the bottom of the 6th. Here is Christian Vasquez. 0-0 count. He hits that one to the second baseman. They're only going to be able to get 1, I believe. Oh, nope. Okay, they got the double play. 4-6-3, but the inning is over. 6 runs on 7 hits. The Marlins extend their lead to 10-1. So let's put in Alex Faedo as our new pitcher. Let's see if he can get through this 4, 5, 6 in the Cubs lineup. So here is the new pitcher, Alex Faedo. 1-2 count to Davalos. He hits that one right up the middle. But there's Albies for the snag. Gold Glove Award winner Albies. And that will bring up now Dansby Swanson. 3-0 count to Swanson. He will draw the walk. Here's Alex Kirilloff, 2-2 count to Kirilloff, and that is a swing and a miss, strike 3. And now Schrock up to the dish, second baseman. He hits that one out to left field. That should be off the top of the wall for Schrock. And now the Cubs will score and run here in the top of the 7th inning. Score is now 10-2. Schrock pulls in. Oh, nope, he may have been hurt there. Nope, he's not serious. He can remain in the game. So Schrock with an RBI double. That brings up Juan Mendoza. 0-1 count to Mendoza. That one hit out to left field for a base hit. So 2 runs here will score in the top of the 7th. Not too concerned because we have all those insurance runs. So the score is now 10-3. John Demers, the pinch hitter. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch from Faedo. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That retires the side. So Chicago scores 2 runs, but they are still down 7 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. And we're going to take Faedo out. No use gassing him. We do have a 7-run lead. So let's get up Spergner, I suppose, perhaps, or maybe Mejia. Let's get up Mejia, because Mejia can actually, let's get up Sixto. Let's get up Sixto Sanchez. We'll have him warm up. Faedo is actually due to bat, so that's perfect. So I would have had to take him out anyway. So let's get in Cortez as a pinch hitter. Yep. So let's see, can we get anything going here in the... Let's actually see if Cortez can do anything. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch, and that one just a lazy pop-up in the infield and nothing doing. So Cortez pops out, 1 away. Lineup flips over, and Anderson strikes out. Now here is Sosa. He will draw a walk to the inning. Not over yet. Here's Benintendi. 1-1 count to Benintendi. That one hit up the middle. Base hit. Sosa will stay at second base. Runners on first and second. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Bobby Bradley. 0-0 count. He hits that one to center field. Will it drop? Yes, it will. And now I believe that is Benintendi that will score. So now runners on first and second. Or that was Sosa, excuse me. So now Benintendi on second. Bradley on first. Here is Fernando Perez. 0-2 count and just another lazy pop-up. But the Marlins do get a run. Another run. Now it is 11-3 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. So I trust Sixto to hold that lead here for the next 2 innings. He will slide in as our pitcher. So let's see if he can get through the inning. We have Luis Soto, 2-1 count to Soto. And he hits that one out to Sosa, over to Bradley, and that will do it. A 2-2 count now to Stevenson. He hits the one over to Albies, to Bradley. 4-3 put out, 2 away. Now here's Chris Bryant. Full count to Bryant, and he draws a walk. So here's Luis Davalos. 2-1 count to Davalos, and he hits that one out to center field. Got under it just a bit. Mike Anderson should be there, and yes, he is. So the Marlins get through the top of the 8th, still with an 11-3 lead. Now we're just going to go by half inning. I've got nothing there in the bottom of the 8th. So top of the 9th here at Marlins Park in Miami. Miami with the chance to head to the NLCS. Let's see if they can do just that. 2-1 count to Dansby Swanson. He hits that one over to the third baseman Perez, who throws over to Bradley. And that is 1 away now. Kirilloff, 3-2 count to Kirilloff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Cubs down to their final out. Here is Max Schrock, who hit the double, I believe, either last inning or 2 innings ago. I think it was 2 innings ago. So now here's Max Schrock going up against Sixto Sanchez. Sixto trying to send the Marlins to the NLCS. 0-1 count to Schrock. That one hit to Albies over the first, and the Marlins are headed to the 2026 NLCS. They defeat the Cubs 11-3 here in Game 4. They defeat the best team in the National League. Your Miami Marlins headed to the NLCS. How about that? They beat the best team in the National League, one of the best teams in baseball in the NLDS, and now we are headed to the NLCS. Let's see who we are going to play this series. The Dodgers and Nationals, they are tied 2-2. So let's see if we're going to play one of our divisional rivals or if we're going to play the team that won their division with slightly above 500 record. Let's take a look. October 17th in Washington. So Game 5 of that series is tomorrow. So let's take a look here and see. So they have Severino going up against Carlos Martinez. Let's see who wins this one and who we are going to face in the NLCS. We are going to face the Washington Nationals in the NLCS. So a pair of NL East teams will duke it out in the 2026 NLCS. Bryce Harper was your series MVP. So the Dodgers got out to a 1-0 lead, but the Nationals won 3 of the final 4 to take the NLDS. So let's see what's going on now in the AL. The Angels managed to take a game at home, but the Astros defeated them 3-1. So let's see what happens with this Yankees and Royals game. Game 5 is today. So let's see what happens. Let's see who wins this one, and it will be the New York Yankees. So the Royals had a 2-1 lead, but the Yankees won the final 2 games, 1 at home, 1 on the road. They beat Kansas City's ace, Jonah Patton, and Lewin Diaz, the series MVP there. So your league championship series matchups in the AL, Houston and New York, and in the NL, Miami. Your Miami Marlins have reached the NLCS. We will be going up against the Washington Nationals. So that is incredible. It starts today. We will be playing against Washington. So in the next episode, you will see the Marlins in their first NLCS since 2003. The Marlins off to a great start here in this postseason. We'll have to see if they can continue it in the next episode. So I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you guys are finally enjoying this series. I know it must have been tough to watch this team struggle as much as we did for as long as we did, but I think it has finally paid off. We have reached the NLCS way more than I expected this season. So it's incredible. It's an amazing feeling. I'm glad I'm still here in Miami, that I didn't get fired, that I get to experience this as the GM, not just as an onlooker. So I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Enjoy the rest of your day.